Welcome back. This is part two of the work for the 11th day of June, as if it were on that day, for Kcpc Ventures 4, Unit 10. We're going to be in the student book first on page 134. And we've already listened to this, but I would like you to listen to it and be writing down the notes on the street interview while you're listening this time. I'm going to do the same.
Review. Units 9 and 10. Page 134. Exercise 1.
This is Grace Leon for KPFX News. I'm standing on the busy corner of Pacific Avenue and Grant Avenue in San Francisco's Chinatown. Tomorrow is the beginning of Chinese New Year, and with me I have two people who can give us some interesting information related to good luck in the coming year. Could you tell us your name, please?
Angela Kwan.
Angela, what are some things we can do to bring good luck?
Well, it's traditional to wear bright colors, such as red. Red is a very bright and happy color, so it symbolizes a bright and happy future. Another thing is, at midnight on New Year's Eve, you should open all the doors and windows of your house. That's to let the old year out and make room for the new. And on New Year's Day, one good thing to do is to eat a lot of candy. If you do that, the new year will be very sweet.
Very interesting, Angela. I think I'll go shopping for a new red dress, and I'm definitely looking forward to eating all that candy. And what's your name, sir?
Hi, my name's Martin Chan.
Martin, Angela told us some things that bring good luck. What are some things that we should not do on New Year's?
Well, you shouldn't sweep the house on New Year's Day because you might sweep away your family's good fortune. That's why people sweep the house very carefully before the start of the holiday. And it's bad luck to buy a pair of shoes because,
Not even red shoes?
no, the word for shoes sounds like the word for evil in Mandarin. So you don't want to buy shoes. And you shouldn't use knives or scissors on New Year's Day, because if you do, you might cut off your good fortune.
Thank you, Martin and Angela, and I hope you both have a very happy New Year.
Okay. Oh my goodness, this is all so interesting. So, number one, things that bring good luck. What did you put? After they put wear bright colors like red. And why do you wear bright colors like red? Because they symbolize happiness. What about, and good fortune? So, what about the next thing? Okay, at midnight, you open all the doors and windows. And why do you do that? So we let out all the bad and let in all the good new, good fortune. The last thing they do, eat a lot of candy. Why do they do that? Candy is sweet, and they want the next year to be very sweet. Good. So on the other side, it says things that bring bad luck. What was the first thing they mentioned that you should not do? That's right, you should not clean your house or sweep your house on that day. Why not? Because you're sweeping out good fortune. The next, that's right, you should not buy a pair of new shoes. And that too would mean that you were sweeping away, taking away good fortune. Good fortune is walking away. The next, yes, you are not to use a knife on that day. Why not? Because you would cut off good fortune. So all of this has to do with good fortune. Okay, let's go on to section 2 for the grammar. Write and complete the story. A New Year's Eve celebration. Everyone, Sergey wishes his friend Olga could visit him in New York over the holidays, but she can't get the time off. Just a moment. Why is it wishes? Because it's something that probably won't happen. Why is there an S on the end of the verb wish? That's right. He, she, or it needs an S on the verb. Okay, sentence number 2. Therefore, they won't be together on New Year's Eve. Why not since? There's no follow-up, right? There's no follow-up part of the sentence. Next, if she were in New York, he would take her to Times Square because there is a big celebration there. So in the beginning, it says, if she were, she is not. So it's an imaginary, a fantasy. So it's going to use were. And there's a comma after this introductory clause because it is at the beginning of the sentence. Now, next sentence. Every year at 1 minute before midnight, a large crystal ball starts to drop slowly from high above the street. What do you notice about the punctuation in this sentence? I hope you're saying all of this out loud. It is good practice using subject and verb. Yes, every year at 1 minute before midnight is a little introduction, so we're going to put a comma after it. Next, when it reaches the bottom, everyone goes crazy since it's the beginning of New Year. It's actually the same as because, right? What else did you notice about this sentence? Introductory clause at the beginning, there's a comma after it. Good. Next, Sergey really hopes that Olga can come next year. Why hope? Because there's a possibility. It's not as if it's not possible. It is possible that she might come. And the last sentence, if she comes, she will have a great time. Notice the punctuation, the dependent clause is at the beginning. There is a comma after the dependent clause because it's at the beginning. Okay, part B. So they want you to create and write a sentence. There are certain words that do create a sentence. Do create a question. What are they? Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So let's read the answer to the first sentence. Sergey would take Olga to Times Square if she were in New York. Please write the question for that answer. It is, where would Sergey take Olga if she were in New York? Number 2, the answer is the crystal ball starts to drop at 1 minute before midnight. What is the question that goes with that? Yes, it's time. When? When does the crystal ball start to drop? And the last one, Sergey hopes that Olga can come next year. And the question is going to be, yes, when does Sergey hope that Olga can come? So, on the next page, we have pronunciation. Let's read the little peach rectangle. Linking consonant vowel sounds. Everyone, when a word ends in a consonant sound and the next word begins with a vowel sound, the words sound like they are linked together. Move the final consonant sound of the first word to the beginning of the second word. I'm going to play this track. We're going to listen to it, and then we're going to do it ourselves, and I have the sounds written down on the board. So we're at 34. Let's listen.
Page 135. Exercise 3A. 1. Smaller cars would use less energy. 2.
Smog is a big environmental problem.
3. If everyone drove less, our air quality would improve. 4.
In the future, we will see more electric cars and trucks on the roads.
5. We should all have efficient appliances. 6.
We need to protect our environment.
Okay, so I don't know if you were repeating after them, but if you were, that's great. In the first sentence, it says, everyone, this is page 135. Smaller cars, just a minute, if you're going to use it, if you're going to read it without linking, let's see what it sounds like. Smaller cars would use less energy, but it's going to be like this. Would use. It's going to sound like would use. So let's read it that way. Everyone, smaller cars would use less energy. Number 2, reading it as if it first not linking. Smog is a big environmental problem. Linking, smog is a big environmental problem. Smogiza, the G, smogiza. Begin. Smogiza, begin. Let's read it together, linking. Smog is a big environmental problem. What is it? Smog is a big environmental problem. One last time. Smog is a big environmental problem. Number 3, not linking. If everyone drove less, our air quality would improve. But it's if everyone, if. our air, our air, our air. Would-im, would-im, would-im. Let's read it as if it were linking. If everyone drove less, our air quality would improve. One more time. If everyone drove less, our air quality would improve. So when you're looking at it, you can see what the words are, but sometimes it's really hard to understand if you're just listening. If everyone drove less, our air. What is our air, right? Our air quality would improve. Number 4, let's read separately. In the future, we will see more electric cars and trucks on our roads. Linking more, more, more electric, more electric. What is it? More electric. Cars on. What is it going to sound like? Cars on. What is cars on? Cars on. What is it? Cars on. On our. It's on our. On our. It happens all the time. This is the pronunciation all the time. And I'm sure it has the same particular quality in Korean too. All right, let's read it as if we are linking. Everyone, in the future, we will see more electric cars and trucks on our roads. What is it? In the future, we will see more electric cars and trucks on our roads. One last time. In the future, we will see more electric cars and trucks on our roads. Number 5, we should all have efficient efficient. So let's read it as if we're linking. Everyone, we should all have efficient appliances. We should all have efficient appliances. So it's just like reading quickly. The last one, we need to protect our environment. Linking, protect our in. Reading it so that we are linking together, it's going to be, we need to protect our environment. Protect our environment. Protect our environment. One last time, we need to protect our environment. We need to protect our environment. So now I want you to listen to it one last time and see if you understand the words that are linked together really well. Here we go.
Page 135.
Don't try just to listen.
3A. 1. Smaller cars would use less energy. 2.
Let's repeat.
Smog is a big environmental problem.
Smog is a big environmental problem.
3. If everyone drove less, our air quality would improve.
If everyone drove less, our air problem would improve, or our air quality.
4.
In the future, we will see more electric cars and trucks on our roads.
In the future, we will see more electric cars and trucks on our roads.
5. We should all have efficient appliances.
We should all have efficient appliances.
6.
We need to protect our environment.
We need to protect our environment. Okay, we need to, right? We need to protect our environment. Okay, so that's the pronunciation.
Exercise.
That's the pronunciation lesson for today. See you next time.